Hello everybody, this is Zaxter99, the lucky number 13. Now January 13th of this year, that's this Wednesday coming up, or January the 13th of 2016 if you're watching this video after the date, is going to be a lucky day for someone. At least they say there's an 85% chance that someone's going to get really, really lucky on this particular day. And that's because the Powerball in the United States of America, the Powerball lottery, is actually expected to be a jaw-dropping, unheard of amount. This is going to be a record amount for any lottery in the United States of America. And that expected amount right now is 1,300,000,000,000. That equates to 1.3 billion. That's right, not million, but $1.3 billion. Now, the record lottery to this date, I think, is like 654 million. So this is almost double what the record lottery is right now. Now, just in case you don't know, 1 billion is actually 1,000 millions. That's a lot of money. So a lot of people are going to be noticing this and out buying lottery tickets and trying to win those big bucks. So let's go ahead and recap here. January 13th, 2016, Powerball is expected to be a record $1.3 billion, in case you haven't noticed. Now, the Powerball the Saturday before, on the 10th of January, or actually the 9th, they said was going to be 800 million, and that rose to 949 million by the time it actually played out. So it could be that this Powerball is going to be 1.4 or maybe even 1.5 billion. But wait, before you go out and spend your entire paycheck trying to win this epic, $1.3 billion Powerball lottery, trying to buy all those lottery tickets, I want you guys to go ahead and keep in mind that each ticket, just to have a chance to win, is $2. Okay? So $2 for one chance of winning the Powerball this Wednesday, the 13th of January. And your odds of winning, the actual exact odds of winning, are 1 in 292,201,338. Now, just so you get an idea or grasp of this, the odds of actually getting struck by lightning, say the experts, are 1 in about 165,000. So, do you know anybody that's been struck by lightning? Have you ever been struck by lightning? Just so you get an idea, 292 million is a lot bigger number than 165. That means that you are actually 1,770 times more likely to be struck by lightning than you are of winning the Powerball. So that would be like you buying a lottery ticket here down in the corner, and the cashier giving you the lottery ticket, and while you're actually doing that, you have a hell of a lot better chance of being struck by lightning right while you're buying that lottery ticket. In fact, you have a better chance of being struck by lightning multiple times while you're buying that lottery ticket. I think you get the idea. And the poor cashier is like, whoa, he's being lit up. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the screen out here from all those numbers. I know you got a headache from all the numbers and all the different odds and figures, right? Well, let's go ahead and draw us a little picture so we get a better idea. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? There's another number for you, 1,000. But let's pretend that you're 6 foot tall, okay? And now let's pretend that in front of you is a big square of nothing but stacked up pennies. Just lines and lines of perfectly lined up, stacked up pennies. Now, I can't draw these perfectly, but I'm going to try to go ahead and give you an idea. In this big stack, this big cubic stack of pennies. Now, when I talk about pennies, I'm talking about lines and lines and lines, like really close together. I mean, there is no space in between all these stacked up pennies. And even on the top, you can't even see a hole down through the floor because they're packed that tight. And this cube is 7 foot tall by 7 foot wide by 7 foot deep. 7 foot by 7 foot by 7 foot of nothing but pennies. Now let's go ahead and imagine that to the right side of you is yet another 7 by 7 by 7 foot cube of nothing but millions of pennies. Now, let's go ahead and take that same block, and let's go ahead and put another one to the left of the one right in front of you. So now we have 3 cubes of nothing but 7 foot by 7 foot by 7 foot pennies. But that's not all. Now let's go ahead and make an even bigger cube of stacked up pennies. This one's huge, 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 huge. And nothing but, again, stacked up pennies as solid as you can see. No space in between these rows. And I'm just trying to draw this. I'm pretty bad at drawing, but to give you an idea. And this pile, this cube is 12 foot by 12 foot wide by 12 foot high, twice as tall as you are. And that's still not all. We've got to find 1 penny in all these pennies to win the Powerball lottery. But let's go ahead and multiply that 12 foot by 12 foot by 12 foot cube. And we actually need to go ahead and get some more here. There's 4 big cubes of nothing but millions of pennies, millions and millions of pennies in each one of these cubes. We're still not done yet. There's 5, and we need 1 more, 6. Let's just go ahead and put that right there. Now, if you can imagine pennies, big cubic areas of pennies, and 1 teeny little, see that yellow dot up there? That's the penny you need to find, blindfolded, to actually win the Powerball lottery this Wednesday night, or anytime. Anytime you're talking about the Powerball, that is your odds, because just because it's a higher amount of money as a prize, your odds aren't less. It's always going to be those same odds. Now imagine that you can't even see that penny. I crossed it out up there. And now your job is to find the 1 penny in the 292.2 million pennies stacked in front of you. And all you're doing is thinking of money. That's what most people do when they buy a lottery ticket. They're thinking about the big prize and how they're going to spend it. But let's get real, shall we? Let's go ahead and erase those thoughts of money. And this is what you should actually be thinking of, because if you go and buy a lottery ticket, you're pretty much clueless. You don't know what the hell you're doing, because if you can't see, even with this diagram, your odds are like next to nothing, then, I just don't think there's much hope for you. I mean, I understand that if you don't play, you have 0 chance. But isn't it essentially the same? If you do play, even if you buy $10 worth of tickets, or 10 tickets, which would cost you $20, your odds of winning are still 1 in about 29.2 million. That's still pretty unlikely. So to put it in another way, honestly, guys, let's imagine that you're driving in your car. Now, I'm not the best artist here, but let's go ahead and try to draw you driving in your car here. Vroom. And this is your car, your pickup truck, or whatever your car is, and you're driving down the road. Let's go ahead and draw the road here. And if you could picture yourself driving down the road, and then on the side of the road, you see a big, canvas bag. And you, stop, and you're like, man, I wonder what's inside. And inside, you find nothing but thousands of $100 bills inside. You're actually probably more likely to see that big canvas bag full of $100 bills on the side of the road than you are of winning the Powerball. So, let's go ahead and imagine now, just for the fantasy of it, that you win. That's fantastic. You just won $1.3 billion. Now what? Now you're the winner of all that money. After you survive the heart attack from the surprise of that, what are you going to do with that much money? Okay, so you're going to start off by helping out friends and family, right? You're going to give $1 million or $10 million to all your friends and family. I mean, with that much money, that's just a small portion of your total amount of money, right? Yay, you! Good job! Let's go ahead and give that money away. Now let's go ahead and erase all this, and let's go ahead and picture this. Here you are, with all your $1.3 billion, or however much money you win in any lottery. And here's your family and friends. And now that they know that you are mega rich, your family and friends, you just start getting friends that you've never heard of before. And they start coming to you saying, hey, your name. Man, we were friends back in high school. Man, we were friends back in grade school. Man, you don't remember me? And you're like, who the hell are you? Raheem? I don't know a Raheem. Tom, I don't know a Tom. Whoever it is, all these people are saying, man, I'm your long-lost cousin. Man, I'm your friend. Man, we were friends back then. Man, I was your old boyfriend. You don't remember me? We kissed. You should give me even more. And, and you kind of get the idea of all these people suddenly pressuring you and saying, hey, where's my cut? Where's my money? Hey, you gave this friend, this friend, this friend, and this friend $1 million or $10 million. Where's my cut? And then people start saying things like, hey, not fair. You gave Raheem more money. What the heck's wrong with you? I need more money. I hate you. You keep $1.298 billion for you, and you only gave me $1 million? Oh my God. Can you imagine the people and the greed? And people wouldn't be happy with however much you gave them. They would always want more because they was afraid you gave somebody else more or that you had more. And jealousy would get in. And people would say things like, I kill you. And you are selfish. What the hell's wrong with you? I can't believe that I'm even your family. I can't believe I'm your friend. You only gave me $10 million? And you'd start looking at the faces of all the people you love and care about, and you'd see tears, and you'd see frowny faces, and you'd see anger, and you would see hatred for you. And if you stop and think about this, and you look at all the chaos, winning that much money, the chaos in your life with your family, your friends, and your loved ones, is that a scene where you actually think you'd be happy and smiling and there would be no stress? I can't imagine that, but I can imagine how people are and exactly how people would act and behave no matter how much money you gave them. They would want this and that and this and more. And you give them an inch, they'd want a mile. You give them a mile, they'd want 1,000 miles. Now instead, let's go ahead and imagine you, instead of winning the lottery, let's go ahead and imagine you back in an earlier day in your life. Maybe a day where you were holding hands with somebody you care about. Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's a friend. Maybe you were walking through a nice tranquil park near you. And if you remember that day, it was a nice sunny day, trees all around. Let me go ahead and try to draw the trees with my scribbles here, just to try to give you an idea of this instead. And here's the tree trunks. And if you remember that day, maybe it's a day where the sun was shining, the sun was even looking down, and the sun's even happy looking at your smiling face. But if you remember that day, maybe that day all you had in your pocket was a $5 bill or a $20 bill, and that's it. You didn't have a lot of money, but you were still really happy. And whoever you were with was happy. And my thing here that I want to say, people, is remember the simple things in life. Those are worth far more than even $1.3 billion. And I ask you to think about the simple things. Some of the best words, some of the best advice I can give you is to live simply, love deeply. After all, there's nothing better than love. You can't buy love. And you should do things like dance like nobody's watching. Enjoy the simple things in life, whether it be a child's smile, the smell of the fresh rain. And don't envy those who have more money or who have a bigger house or a nicer car than you do. Because in all reality, they likely have a hell of a lot more stress than you have right now. So that's all I want to say with this video. Don't get caught up in all the money and all the big numbers and how rich you'd be and how happy you think you would be if you had that much money. Because the truth is, we really don't know what would happen to you if you won that much money. And the chances are high that your life would completely change, and probably for the worse. So, I just want to go ahead and say, if you do play the lottery and you win this Wednesday, or any lottery, and you win the big lottery, and all of a sudden you're a millionaire and you got millions or billions of dollars, just remember your good friend Zaxter99 right here on YouTube that you're watching right now. Don't forget him, all right? Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This has been Zaxter99. I hope you guys have a great day, great week. Good luck to you, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're playing the lottery or whether you're needing luck in a surgery or you're needing luck getting that new job, whatever it is. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care. Take care of somebody you love. We'll see you in the next video.